The Clinton campaign and blaming America for 9/11. I'm Brian Lilley with the Rebel.media. Would you be shocked if I told you that someone close to the top of the Clinton campaign, someone that has worked side by side with the Democratic presidential nominee for years now, was also part of a magazine that blamed America for 9/11 and also pushed back against Hillary Clinton's ideas of feminism, the role of women and girls around the world? I'm talking about Huma Abedin, someone who's worked side by side, literally Clinton's top aide for the past several years, was an assistant editor of a magazine run by her mother that denounced many of the things that Clinton now campaigns on. The New York Post broke this story wide open. We'll see if the rest of the media follow up on it or do what they normally do and brush it under the rug for Hillary. But let me read to you from the Post's report on this, because Huma Abedin is someone who has not only been close to Hillary Clinton for a long time, but someone who's had questions raised about her associations. Was she too close to people and organizations that were really fronts for the Muslim Brotherhood? Never mind the questions of her association with her husband, the now former disgraced Congressman Anthony Weiner. But here's how the Post describes what Huma Abedin was doing when the magazine that her mother was editing, the Journal of Muslim Minority Affairs, was denouncing America for essentially causing 9/11. Here's how the Post puts it. Huma continued to work for her mother's journal through 2008. She is listed as assistant editor on the masthead of the 2002 issue, in which her mother suggested the U.S. was doomed to be attacked on 9/11 because of sanctions it leveled against Iraq and other injustices allegedly heaped on the Muslim world. The Post then goes on to quote the article in question at length. Let me read part of that to you. It says, "The spiral of violence, having continued unabated worldwide and widely seen to be allowed to continue, was building up intense anger and hostility within the pressure cooker that was kept on a vigorous flame while the lid was weighed down with various kinds of injustices and sanctions. It was a time bomb that had to explode, and explode it did on September 11th, changing in its wake the life and times of the very community and the people it aimed to serve." That, ladies and gentlemen, is blaming America for 9/11, and it was published in a magazine whose assistant editor now stands next to Hillary Clinton. Is that something that Huma Abedin now stands by? Her mother wrote it. She was assistant editor. Does she stand by that? What does Hillary Clinton think of this? These are the types of questions reporters should be asking. It's probably unlikely they will get answers if they bother to follow up on it. First off, Hillary Clinton doesn't do press conferences. She does hand-picked interviews with hand-picked subjects with hand-picked people. She's not going to open herself up to this, and if questions are thrown at her, she's going to ignore them. But the media needs to do its job here and ask about that. They also need to ask about this magazine's stance on women and girls. Huma Abedin was assistant editor. Her mother edited the magazine. They pushed back against one of the achievements that Hillary Clinton is still pushing. That she pushed in the video that presented her at the DNC. Her push at the Beijing Conference on Women in 1995 to have her view, her vision of feminism, something that the magazine described as un-Islamic, as not good for women and girls. Where does Huma stand on that now? Where does Clinton stand on that? Does she denounce her top assistant's former views? These are the sorts of things that if it were Donald Trump, there would be questions day in, day out. The difference is Trump would actually take the questions and give answers. People may not like his answers, they may love his answers, but he would take questions. Hillary Clinton is not. She will not take a press conference. She will not do a scrum. She takes, as I said, hand-picked questions from hand-picked people. The media needs to do their job here and stop sweeping things under the rug. This needs to be the issue that Clinton answers, or her campaign answers, over the next several days.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.